There is an economic crisis affecting Kenyans. No matter how hard the government will pay bloggers handsomely so that they can deny the reality, it is not going to be tenable. The government must focus on solving economic problems rather than throwing tear gas at opposition leaders and Kenyans that are coming out to complain about the high cost of living. And for those who have been running escapist narrative that the protest belongs to Raila Odinga's supporters, I think what the country witnessed on SabaSaba this Friday is a clear signal that the country is not headed in the right direction. It will not take, it doesn't matter how long you will spin the facts and revolve around the problem if you don't face the reality. Welcome to the bold analysis. I will take you direct to Mtaani Ngunyi's tweet, but before that, enough, because I don't want us to lose the flow of thought in this analysis, let me remind you about last expense for our sister Sarah, who we lost in Kenyatta Hospital on 26th after she was diagnosed with acute leukemia for nearly a year. She's not a new face in this channel because she's been a member of the Bold family since we supported her last year with the medical bill of 1.3 million, and she was released from hospital. However, the family is still overwhelmed and we are reaching out the very last challenge for Sarah, and thank you very much. I was targeting actually 150,000, and I know in my next podcast, of course I don't have the phone I was losing here, I will give an update of how much we've collected, and I'm just saying thank you for those who are responding. Let's make sure it's a reality. Let's go straight to Mtaani Ngunyi's tweet. There is that which he is saying here. Dear Ruto, this picture scared me. It is a groundswell. You cannot buy these multitudes. You can kill the messenger, but not the message. The enemy is not Raila. The enemy is the people. These people have nothing to lose except their chains. Don't be casual. #maandamano. Mtaani Ngunyi is responding to this video. This is the video of Kenyans in their numbers. By the way, if you make an estimation, if you compare this video to whatever is happening in France, you will realize that this indeed is a groundswell. I was in Kamkunji, and this number, it shows you that I was amongst the few that immediately they announced that they were heading to town. Because I was very casual and did not even have a press card, I decided to come back. Yes, but thank you to Mohammed, the BBC journalist, who really supported me through. So we are simply saying something here, that this is the groundswell. These people are coming out to protest, not because of Raila Odinga, not because Raila has said, but it is because they are sending a message to William Ruto. That message is very clear. We are hungry. And allow me to just share with you a sample of some other videos so that I think those who are, the President William Ruto is currently in DRC Congo. Immediately he touches back, I think he should sit down and someone to sample these videos. This protest, by the way, let me tell you, the SabaSaba protest happened in nearly all the areas except, even in Narok, even Rift Valley, there was Narok, by the way. Narok, Turkana, I think Turkana is where the Lord happened. There was Kakamega, there was Bungoma, not Bungoma, Busia, in some parts of Bungoma I also understand. There was Mombasa for the first time. Nairobi was epic. The mother of demonstrations was in Kisii, Embu, Meru, Laikipia, and Nyahururu. You can continue counting. I have singled out 3 videos I want to share with you out of all those areas because it really painted a picture. We've always underestimated Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, but check this video. This is a This was Machakos. I want to play for you another video. Now, this other video is Meru. Meru is another place, is another county that I am sorry to say, the representation of Azimio la Umoja in Meru was actually Peter Munya. But Peter Munya has not been very active in as mainstream Azimio la Umoja activities. And you will actually understand that perhaps he do not have bit of support. But those are a number of boda riders that came out and they protested. Remember, if you talk about the cost of fuel, these boda riders that are coming out to protest are the same people that were promised heaven here in earth by William Ruto during the last campaigns. So, if you remember the messaging about during William Ruto's campaign, it was yule mama mboga, yule mtu wa boda, yule mtu wa butchery. These are the people that were promised a lot of things. This video was from Meru. I've not just picked that, I picked Meru specifically because this is a region that you do not, after the last general election, their general there, Azimio la Umoja, by that time they also had Kiretu Murungi who jumped. And it's no longer on the other side. That was represented. Now, I have picked Kisii County. You know, let's talk a bit about Kisii. Kisii was the headquarters of SabaSaba. Against all odds, I even understand that their governor Simbarati is not around. You know? And Kisii has really shocked me because they don't have a principal in Azimio la Umoja from the region. I'm not seeing any. Maybe someone can convince me. They don't have a principal. And Kisii is the region where recently UDA conducted their last UDA grassroots mobilization was conducted in Kisii. So this is the place that Ruto visited recently. Ruto team visited recently. And I remember the hula baloo about Onyonka even crossing over. Kisii senator even crossed over to UDA just last weekend. But then this is here. It is still in Kisii where the former governor Ngwai, who was a very close associate of Azimio la Umoja Party leader Raila Odinga, crossed over and joined UDA. But still, they cannot, it was where, it is where was the face of political aggression. I saw ODM MP Kibagende with the people there. Actually in Kisii, these fellows protested, not accompanied by any other leader. You know, in Nairobi, Raila was here. We saw Machakos, and that's why I picked Kisii. What exactly is happening there? Just yesterday, there was another protest by a caucus of lawyers, and they complained that they were even tear gassed. So yesterday, there was a protest in Kisii. Then today, it staged the mother of all mandamanos. I even understand that they even touched a police station. You know? So look at that anger. That is why I'm saying, fine, let's assume Nairobi, Raila mobilized. Maybe Raila troops mobilized the team to be in Kamkunji. But then, what was behind the heated political aggression in the Kisii region? Osoro is the chief whip. Osoro is on record saying how they bribed Azimio MPs to pass the bill. The same Osoro is on record saying that what government stands for must pass. He is the point person of William Ruto in Kisii, a vibrant leader, young leader. Recently, he was chased in Gusii Stadium during a football match. Now today, Kisii was the mother of mass action. Engaging the police, I understand, it went until 6 in the evening. You know, I am telling you, what exactly is going on? I will need to maybe do a lot of research and come back with a podcast about Kisii factor in SabaSaba. I think it's something we need to look at. If you compare the 3 videos that I've shared with you and compare that with what happened in Kisumu, Siaya, and Homa Bay and Migori, you will realize that those who are lying that Mandamano is a Raila thing are simply getting it wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a clear message, precise message to UDA, and not even UDA, to President William Samoei Ruto. I wish someone will take this information to him. Face Kenyans in the face. Face Kenyans directly. And don't allow political cronies to lie to you, Mr. President, that you can hide behind Raila Odinga. You cannot hide behind Raila Odinga because it is no longer about him. This is the truth. Political operatives have paid bloggers, and the bloggers in social media and the Twitter are simply attacking Agwambo with an intention of making the population to think that Raila is the problem. Raila is not the problem. And the more you take your fingers and put in your face and blindly put it that Raila is the problem, you're just trying to escape. But the way this thing is going, it will reach a time that it will not be about Raila. And then let's get it. Was Raila Odinga in Kisii? Let's get it. Was Raila in Kisii? Raila was not in Kisii. Was Raila in Lodwar? We saw protests in Lodwar. Was Raila in Lodwar? He was not there. Was Raila in Embu? When last did you see Raila in Embu and Meru? I think since August general election, you've never seen Raila in Embu or Meru. But those regions came out. What is the message? It is no longer about Raila and Uhuru. And don't allow those around, those with proximity to the president, to lie to you, Mr. President, that Raila is the problem. No. If they're telling you that, they're lying to you. Face the message. You need to start asking, what is this? If Raila is the problem, fine, yes, but what is this that Raila is telling them? I watched news today at 7 p.m. and I realized in the 7th evening, those who are live, YouTube page Citizen, 190,000 Kenyans. When Citizen was doing news bulletin yao ya 7. What did that tell you? If you check the live stream of those videos, Kenyans were glued. Kenyans wanted to know what exactly is going on. What exactly is going on? So, Mr. President, stop hiding behind Raila as the problem. You know the problem. The problem is the cost of living. Second message, Mr. President. Brutality or the policing of protesters leaves the public more vulnerable and defeated. And as to what Mtaani Ngunyi said, they will have nothing to lose. You know, even if you deploy the security officers to quell people from getting to CBD, by the way, let me tell you, when Raila made that statement in Kamkunji that we're going to CBD, he said that tukiblokiwa hapa, tutafuata huku. Tukizuia huku, tutafuata huku. This is it. I don't even think the intention was even to go to Central Park. What Raila was saying is the people to accompany him and to show solidarity with the cause. Because he knew very well that the security apparatus were going to be against him. If the president, you will allow the public to register their displeasure peacefully, maybe the whole thing you can detonate. But when you attack and seem to be like, I've gone without food, I'm coming out to ask you, my father, for food, and you are sending your security guard to beat me up, what do you think is the next course of action? We are going to plant seeds of discord. I'm telling you. I don't think it's in order. Lastly, Mr. President, figure out radical changes, because as things go, our governance need surgery. So find radical changes that can at least fix the nation for a moment. It is very true that the president is having an ambitious plan on economic recovery. And that is what he has said. I don't want us to borrow. And so we will tax Kenyans so that we can pay debts with our taxes. It is fine. It is in order. But then, while promising that better future, you must also be very realistic to the fact that people live for the moment. The better future we are making, if all of us die because of hunger, then are we going to see the fruits of that stabilized economy? Even though we say that it is being meant for a generation. But do I need to sleep hungry, really? Mr. President, you need to loosen it a bit. It is too tight. Let me say, lastly, I recently spoke to an Uber guy and I asked this question. Why are Kenyans complaining about these taxes? You know, we must, and I argued it, we must pay taxes to build roads. We must pay taxes to build schools. We must pay taxes to pay, to cover operation bills. But the gentleman told me something. Hatuna shida ya ushuru. Ile kitu iko ni ziko mingi. So Mr. President, go slow. At least some, take this one, reduce. You cannot tax everything at the same time and take everything that the Kenyan people have. I do believe what Ngunyi is saying is something that should get to the ears of those in power. You cannot buy the multitudes. You cannot kill the messenger. Even if you are to kill the messenger, but not the message. The message is out that people are disappointed with the administration. I think that needs to be addressed. Those telling you that deal with Raila, arrest Raila, those people are lying to you. I don't think arresting Raila is not in the table. Just address the people's problem. Thank you.